tonight. So please repeat with me. I'm mad as hell. And we're not going to take it anymore. I'm mad as hell. And we're not going to take it anymore. On to Victory Tuesday. Thank you.
Our next speaker is a retired TV journalist. Worked for Fox 6 for many years. Worked for Channel 4, as I recall, for many years. Now he's going to go on the other side of the camera. He's going to speak truth to power. And he's given a couple of stem winders, I'm told, up in Sheboygan and a couple of other places. He's a union man. And we started this struggle as a struggle for collective bargaining. So let's give it up for Gus Gnorski.
But I couldn't, and I need to explain why, because I don't want any misconceptions about this. When I went to work for Channel 6, it was a CBS station. Fox bought it, and while we were affiliated with Fox for primetime programming, it had nothing to do with the Fox News channel. Please understand that. I never, ever had anything to do whatsoever with the Fox News channel. The local station here, the local Fox affiliate here, does its best to try to cover the news as fairly and as accurately as possible, and I give them all the credit in the world for doing it. They're good people all the way around. However, and I don't mean this in a bad way. The reason I couldn't speak last Saturday was I retired in January. My plan was to go back and do Garza segments starting in May. Unfortunately, they would be in a newscast. The station said it was going to be a problem if I spoke at a rally like this and then appeared in their newscast. So I had to choose. I chose, I'm here. You see the signs?
Can you fix it?
You see the signs around here for Senator Grothman, and right up at the bottom of each sign it says, "I stand up for your values." He has used that as a campaign pledge through all of the campaigns that he's run for the Assembly, and then eventually to replace Mary Panzer in the Senate. Now, Glenn is a lawyer. He has a law degree from the University of Wisconsin. I believe he is the only lawyer in the Assembly. I believe. In the Senate, I'm sorry. The only lawyer in the Senate. But you know, he could have saved the effort. Apparently getting a college degree is not an impediment to But to get back to the question of values. I share your values. That's his statement. Okay, what are some of the values? Allow me to read some of these. I'm going to involve some quotations. I don't want to mess them up. There are over 41,000 students in 350 school districts in this state that are in K-4 programs. Mr. Grothman said, recent studies have confirmed that any academic benefits of government-funded preschool education disappear by the 4th grade. Oh, I guess that's not one of your values that he shares. Journal Sentinel didn't either. They found it to be false in their political. He introduced a bill to preempt the minimum wage for cities. I guess that's not one of the values that... that's two down. He and Assemblyman Jim Ott, a scientist, are convinced there is no such thing as global warming. You can't see it, you can't see it, you can't feel it. I mean, I feel the same thing about trickle-down economics. And we have to fix the budget. We have to go with the governor and fix the budget. We have to fix it by almost the amount that was given in tax breaks to corporations. I understand that you may need a tax break to get a company to expand, but a tax break to get a company to move from Crystal Lake, Illinois to Kenosha County, 25 miles away? We're giving tax breaks to move jobs from Illinois. You want to explain that to the people in Crystal Lake? How would you have felt about the people in Georgia who picked up all the jobs from Simplicity? Oh, they're just thrilled, right? Competition like that among states doesn't help anyone. You need to extend jobs, to add more of them, not move them from place to place. That's right. Mentor of mine from high school has passed away now, but he's one of the more intelligent conservatives in the country, Paul Weyrich. Paul founded the Heritage Foundation, the Free Congress Committee. He invented the term moral majority. He also founded an organization out west that writes legislation for various legislatures, sample legislation, ALEC it's called, American Legislative Education Council. At least some of those ideas make sense. I can't say as much for some of the legislative ideas of our current Senate. With some of the proposals to take over snow plowing in Madison because the state can do a better job than the city of Madison. I'm a little uncomfortable with the idea of saying, you know, folks, we want public employees to take a pay cut, but we want to exempt the sheriffs, the firemen, the police departments. We want to explain that to the jailers in Ozaukee County who were told they want to be replaced by a private organization. It's going to save us money. Of course it is. Anybody see the ad in yesterday's Ozaukee Press? Yeah. In case you didn't, I brought a copy. My admiration for the Shannons is still quite strong. They lived through one of this district's illegal secondary boycotts back when they were publishing the Kaleidoscope newspaper. Here's the ad. It's just a little one. Warning! People are trying to recall State Senator Glenn Grothman. This recall will cost local government over $100,000 for an extra election. Senator Grothman has done a good job and will be up for re-election in 2012. To save money, do not sign the recall petition. Senator, you can save us $100 grand right now. We'll accept your resignation. Activity for conservatives. And the first principle of the Paul Weyrich Manual is this: you repeat the story until they believe it. And that's paraphrasing. If you want the whole thing, I'll give you the website and you can read it word for word. But if you repeat it often enough, it is not important that it be true. It is more important that it be presented so that it sounds true. As Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan said, you're all entitled to your own opinion, not entitled to your own facts. The strongly suspected $100,000 figure came from the same guy who said it was going to cost us $7 million to clean the state capitol.